The music is a reflection of one's culture, one's traditions. To become a musician, it takes 6 to 8 years, basically. Then later on, it takes twice that amount to become a great musician. So there are different layers music can be appreciated. All those sensitivity you will develop by learning this thing.
Our aim at SaPa in schools is not only to create musicians, but to create people who are passionate about culture and art and music.
With an inclusion of SaPa in our curriculum, a child will begin to have a reverence for the kind of history that India has, especially where the culture is concerned.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯವಾಗಿ ಸಂಗೀತವನ್ನು ಇಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಈ ಹಿಂದೆನೇ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಈಗಲೂ ಆಶಾವಾದಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇದು ಆಗಬೇಕು ಖಂಡಿತ, ಆದರೆ ತುಂಬ ಉತ್ತಮ ಪರಿಣಾಮ ಉಂಟು.
So for how long do you practice every day?
30 minutes sometimes, or 1 hour if I have the tests and all coming up.
1 hour, when the test is coming up, 1 hour. You practice more when they have a test.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I think it's very nice that SaPa is going to schools and our syllabus is being used by different schools, because this is a great awareness about music for kids, whether it's about Carnatic music or Western classical, and then later on we are planning to have different forms of music from around the world.
My parents did give me a good teacher to learn with, and my passion for music had formed, and later I made it a career. So I think this opportunity should be given to all children. Sometimes the parents are in a situation where they cannot bring their children regularly to a class. So actually music slips by their lives.
In that sense, I think it's not very easy to find a good teacher in your area or something like that.
There is no universal syllabus for everybody to follow. Parents don't know that there's any takeaway because they're not getting any certificates. And students themselves are not benefiting, because if your teacher changes, your entire music curriculum changes. The learning materials that we give them, the SaPa baby book, the CDs, the little baby tamburas, or the magic boxes as they're called by our students, are all designed to engage the interests of a child.
Wherever you are traveling, say play the CD, so they subconsciously, you don't have to tell them sit and listen.
The book is designed for adults. It's also designed for parents and for anybody who's learning music for the first time. So the idea was to translate these compositions into a very basic kind of English that even a child could understand.
With the SaPa baby book, it makes it a lot easier to learn Indian classical, because we are actually reading notes and playing very similar to Western classical music.
I wanted them to learn Indian classical because it gives them a greater grasp on music and musical ideas.
Our teacher training program is very intensive. We make sure the teachers who are part of this program and going into schools are as passionate as we are.
There's a lot of focus given to getting the basics right, because once they do that, later on they will be able to pick up anything rather than jump to the next composition and kind of keep a tally. That's not the idea.
I honestly believe that the most important part of being a teacher is to inspire people.
The curriculum for SaPa in schools draws from the SaPa method developed by Dr. Subramaniam, which has been successfully implemented at SaPa for years.
Let's start singing now the new lesson. Fourth one, Neha, you have to sing. Sa, ni, da, pa.
Teachers file monthly lesson plans. If something needs to be changed slightly, keeping in mind a particular learning environment, we're willing to take care of that. We work with professional musicians to make them teachers that can impress young children.
Okay, one last one. Just one more time and come back in the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The idea is to give them quality music education, so even if they don't become musicians, they love music.
Some of them will become very serious connoisseurs. Some of them will become patrons.
Even in a school with 1,000 children, we know how each individual child is progressing. We have spot checks. We are trying to create an atmosphere where children emerge as confident performers. If they want to play in an orchestra, if they want performance opportunities, if they want to record, We have enough people as part of our team who have gone down that path that we can really hold the hand of every student and walk them through what futures they have.
Dr. Subramaniam has been a pioneer with the global vision for Indian music. Since the 1970s, he's created new genres of global music and global fusion and has built a network of the greatest artists from around the world. SaPa and SaPa in schools benefit from that.
We have been doing Lakshminarayana Global Music Festival. People from all over the world have come and performed here. When these people come, sometimes we have workshops in SaPa.
The students can see them on stage, and then the next day they can ask them to take their instruments apart and look into it and see what the magic is.
We send the information to other schools. You can come and listen to this great top flute player, Hubert Laws, kora player from Africa.
Workshops are great because once you're exposed to somebody's culture, then you're automatically more open to them.
We want to take it to schools for two reasons. One, first of all, scientifically it has also proved learning music enlarges the activities of the brain. Second thing, once you start enjoying and know the nuances of music, it can be the best friend you have.
Attention to detail that is taught here actually trickles into other things also. Right? So overall child development also becomes good.
Neha, Sangeeta, Mukund, a lot of our students have the potential and the fire to be professional musicians, and I really feel that over the next decade all of these little babies are going to take the world by storm.
I really feel that Neha is in professional hands at SaPa, and this gives us a confidence that her journey in music is going to be really professional.
We are very, very positive that we are going to see support to our belief and ethos by having taken on SaPa.
The idea is to make them like it enough that they'll go home and say, no, I don't want to watch TV, I want to practice.
I am zero without violin. Many times when I went through tragedies, I used to sit alone and write composition. So it's also, instead of talking or crying or telling people how sad I am, I'm a kind of introvert person. The expression of surrender and expression of all these emotions, I bring it through my music. That's only way I feel relaxed and come back to my normalness. I hope and pray that students who are learning music becomes their best companion, and I'm sure they will realize it as they grow older and older.